Welcome back. You're here with the Mac, and I got a special person on the phone, Mr. Peter Lee from Relex. Peter, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you, Mac, and thank you so much for that introduction. No, but today I'm especially excited. I am just giddy like a schoolgirl.
Why is that? Why is that, Peter?
Because somebody extremely important and somebody extremely fantastic decided to join my team, and that has made me giddy as a schoolgirl. And that is Mac 007. You joined my team, yay!
Yeah. So, all right, guys. So here's the deal. I am part of the Relex team. All right, and to be honest with you, I've been researching Relex, and a lot of you from my days when I was in New York, and I would do the live stream, and I remember talking about Relex. You guys remember, and I remember also I had a good person tell me about Relex, the Lion, who I don't speak to as much, but guys, this is really, really. So I'm really excited about it. And it's about the humility, it's the team, and the professionalism. They got that right balance. And I'm really excited, really, really excited to be a part of the Relex team. And to learn from Peter Lee.
You know what, Mac? You're not as excited as I am. I am over the top.
That's great.
Not only because of what you represent during the weekdays, but because of what you represent during the weekend as well.
Wow. Appreciate that, Peter. Very it's a blessing. It's a blessing, and I think this is just a very, very important step in my life, and this is going to be a great journey. And I believe in Relex, and I'm glad that Relex believes in me, and I take that as a great honor. And I'm going to do my best to share Relex with those who want to listen.
That's 110%, brother. We're behind you, 110%.
And I appreciate that. So, with that being said, I guess we got that out of the way.
Yep.
Now, let's talk, I guess, Belarus. Can we talk Belarus?
Yeah, Belarus. We are, as you know, but some of the listeners may not know, at the core of Relex is the concept of definitely at the emerging markets, right? So we want to be at the emerging markets because that's where the highest gains, highest return on investment really comes from, right? So emerging markets is number one. The second concept, which is equally important, is we want to be at those places where people do not have the ability to help themselves out of a situation, right? So by that is no matter how bad the inner cities of the United States is, if you work hard here, right? If you're willing to just invest everything you have, you could make yourself. I'm not saying that you become a millionaire, but you could make yourself come out of that situation, and your child could become a millionaire, right? And that's the type of society that we're living in. But there are many societies out there where people can't really no matter how hard they try, they can't dig themselves out of that situation because they're just locked in. There's a caste system, and that's basically where we want to build, so that we could help those people who can't help themselves, right? And so that's the second concept, right? And those two concepts are really perfectly aligned with the country like Belarus, right? Where they're emerging market, and so return on investment is huge, and as long as you have the right connections with inside the government, the what do you call it, the risk is actually greatly reduced, right? And then thirdly, we get to help kids who can't help themselves, right, out of a bad situation. So Belarus matches our philosophy so perfectly that we really had no choice but to open up an office there and move forward, and it's moving forward fantastically, and we have high hopes for it, and the government is accepting us with open arms.
Wow, I love that. So, is there any way we can talk a little bit about the government? Just
Sure.
Okay. So, if you can expand a little bit more about what you mean that the government is with open arms.
Well, the government realizes. The government of Belarus realizes that the digital transformation is the way to increase the economy. It's one of the best ways to increase the economy, and so they've actually reached out to Relex and has asked us to actually help them become economically prosperous. And although we are not macroeconomists, and we don't have PhDs in macroeconomy, we do understand a thing or two about digital transformation, and so we were happy to just lend a hand and help them understand digital transformation just a little bit, and for that they were very grateful, and they said they basically accepted us with open arms to say, hey, you know what? Feel free to build and do business here, and we saw, and it's not that we were going to get any special treatment from the government. The government was just very kind to us, and they didn't actually promise any special favors, but because we saw that it actually matched two of our strategic goals, we decided, you know what, let's go into Belarus, because where else can we find an emerging market where we could actually help the children to economically help those kids who can't help themselves, number one, but number two, really to grow in an environment where the government was grateful for a small little help that we did, so that we actually know that we're not going to be strong armed out of the country right after we set up office there.
Yes.
And from what I'm to understand, the president of Belarus has been in power for many years, and so it's not like a topsy-turvy government where 1 year you have wind blowing southern wind, while the next year you have northern wind blowing. So for that reason, really, we found Belarus to be the perfect market, and we decided to open up office there, and so we are actually proceeding forward with that.
Awesome, awesome. I mean, what you're saying is just, to me, it makes a lot of sense, and I love the, you know, coming from you. What I'm hearing, it's also that. How would I put it? The ties what you're saying about the children and trying to help, and you can see, this is one of the reasons why I joined Relex. It's not only just about the professionalism, but it's about the passion, the consideration, the heart. So, I mean, wow, what's not to like about what you're saying, Peter? Just really, really exciting, really exciting.
Well, thank you.
So now, I guess we got another one too. Can we talk about Brazil?
Brazil, yes, yes. Brazil is actually a very similar story. Brazil is a dichotomy of economic development, right? So what I mean by that is right next to the multi-million-dollar homes are these poverty beyond poverty homes that resides right next to each other, divided by a single road, right?
Wow.
And if you're from one side of the road, you don't mingle with the other side of the road. And if you're from the wrong side of the road, the only way for you to really escape the poverty is to become a soccer player. And besides that, there's really no way out of the poverty, right? And for that reason, we decided to again go into Brazil for the same reasons that we decided to go into Belarus and create the same kind of economic dynamics behind building and doing business in Brazil. But as far as Brazil is concerned, though, we don't actually have contact in the government per se. But Andrea Garcia, who actually happens to be an ambassador to UN, has spoken with me and she heads up economic help for the poor, or she basically does the same thing that we try to do in UN, right? So what she does in UN is to talk about the poor and hungry children all over the world. And basically in Relex, that's what we try to do, right? We try to help the poor and hungry children all over the world by putting a building right next to them so that the money can come into them, right?
Wow, love that.
Right. So in the same way, Andrea heard that one of our key mission is to help the poor while providing 20+% of rate of return on the investment, and she was just it matched in line with her goals so perfectly that she decided to help us build a relationship with the Brazilian community, and so we're actually going into Brazil as well basically for the same reason. And what's really amazing about Brazil is that I hate to say this, but the Brazilian government has their hands tied, right?
Wow.
And no matter how much they try to help, there are multiple forces that keeps them from being able to really help people a lot. And so what's great about Relex going in is that you have you have in Brazil, you have regular real estate investment of rate of return of 10%, right? That's with calculation of 5%. How should I say? Fraud cost baked into it, and then so with even with that, regular investment in real estate in Brazil brings 10%. But because we're cryptocurrency and we could actually offer transparency, we could actually eliminate that 5% of good chunk of that 5% of fraud, if you will, and then so then all of a sudden our investors are earning 15%, but wait, there's more, right? So and then the brokers and the middlemen actually take anywhere from 6 to 10% commission. So let's just talk about 6% or 5%, right? So but we are actually able to, because of the ability for us to leverage multipliers, we are actually able to sell a $100,000 apartment for $100,000 and make money off of this deal, right?
Could you repeat that again, Peter? Could you repeat that?
Sure. We are able to buy $100,000 apartment or real estate, sell it for $100,000. So there is zero sum gain, but because we are able to leverage multipliers, we can make profit. So the investor who purchases a real estate through us is able to earn 20+% on investment, because right off the top, the 5% reduction in fraud and 5% reduction in commission, right? They are actually able to buy it for at the minimum 10% below the market price. So that's a win for the investor. It's also a win for the developer, because the developer has a distinct advantage over every other developer, because they're able to sell it for cheaper, right? And so they're able to move it faster. And it's a win for Relex team, because Relex team gets to make a lot of money using multipliers, leveraging the concept of multipliers, and so we are able to sell it sell it at cost and make money off of this. So it's a win-win-win situation.
Wow.
And so we're talking about 20% rate of return for real estate in Brazil. On top of that, we decided to build right by the dividing road, so that we bring the money closer to the poor communities. So you're actually helping. Not only are you gaining 20% on real estate, you're also gaining the idea that because you just bought the unit, you've just helped a couple of kids get a job.
Wow. Love that angle, Peter. It's like you said, it's just win. All I'm hearing there is a lot of just great things, man. It's just like a blessing on top of another blessing. Now, again, will this be utilizing the Relex token, right?
Yes, it definitely will need to leverage the Relex tokens.
Perfect.
Or else the concept of multiplier becomes much more difficult to institute.
Awesome. So yeah, I'm just trying to get the angle for the Relex holders, the investors, that are holding Relex tokens, because at the end of the day, they want to help. But I know I've seen a lot of the chats. They want to know how's everything going, and they're a little antsy. Everybody in the crypto space is a little antsy right now. If you see all the communities, everybody's going a little crazy what's going on in the cryptocurrency market. So people want to know how this will affect them in a positive way. So
Oh, this is going to affect them in a positive way in tremendously. Think about this, right? When you interviewed Keith, he said that we are the first cryptocurrency company in the real estate development, right? I don't actually see us as a cryptocurrency company. We are actually a real estate company that leverages cryptocurrency, right? So, so because we need to leverage the multipliers, and that's the only reason why we have cryptocurrency. Otherwise, we would just be a regular real estate company. And we have been acting as a regular real estate company and not a cryptocurrency company. And so whether our coins go up or down, we're going to make money. And unlike a lot of these other cryptocurrency companies where they rely on the value of cryptocurrency going up, we actually rely on the traditional profit structure and traditional tried and true business models, right? And so,
wow.
If our business models are tried and true, and we become profitable through generating and creating value, right? If we become profitable by creating value, and you've just heard the value statement that I've made. So
yes.
We're creating tremendous amount of value. You know, the price of cryptocurrency will increase, and I have no doubt about that because we're going to be while everybody else, every other company, cryptocurrency company is trying to create value through their coin. We're trying to create value through tried and true business models. And so we will become profitable. And if we become profitable, our coins have no other choice but to increase. But the true value will actually not come in the form of a cryptocurrency or even US dollars, but it'll come in the value where I get to see a kid smile because he has a job. I get to see a kid smile because he gets to eat that day. You know?
Awesome.
I mean, how wonderful is that?
I mean, that's why I'm excited. This is why, to me, I feel like it's a perfect fit to be with Relex. Again, because it's like what you say, it's a win-win. It's not only are you prospering, but you're helping others prosper as well. And
Right.
for me, that's what I've always said on my channel. It's called blessed to be a blessing, right? That's very important to me. And I know, talking to you, I know you have that same passion, that same type of heart. And again, that's why, to me, going back to the beginning, this is a perfect fit for me. And if you guys are listening, it just makes common sense. It's mathematics, And I love how you put it. We're a real estate company, just utilizing the cryptocurrency, the crypto market. But wow, really well put. Really well put.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you're just money grabbing, money hungry person, right? Who doesn't care anything about anybody else, right?
Yeah.
Even if that person, right? We are offering 20% return on investment. Now tell me, how many places can you really get 20% safe investment, right? We're not talking about the 300% gains you get through cryptocurrency because one day you get it, the next day you lose it, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about stable, safe investment that gets 20% return on investment. How many places can you say that you could get 20% return on investment?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I'm trying to think.
Right.
The way you're saying,
Right.
I mean, the way it's structured, I can't. I can't come to mind right now.
Right. So even if you don't care about anybody else, even if you only care about money, right? We can get you 20% return on investment.
That's awesome.
And if you actually care about others, then we could get you the warm and fuzzy feeling that you've actually helped a kid who couldn't help themselves.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, that's really well put. That's really well put. And we're going to see that with Russia and Brazil, and I guess that's why Andrea from the United Nations is a perfect fit as well. What you guys are doing, I mean, it's just amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm very proud of that, because for me, it's a perfect fit. Finances and helping. It's like the way you put it. Both angles here. And it's just really exciting. Really exciting. All right, so we touched on Belarus. We touched on Brazil. Can we talk some Coinbase?
Coinbase, yes.
All right, let's talk.
Coinbase. Okay. Yeah, we just had a meeting with Coinbase today, and Coinbase is actually setting up a pilot program with compliance, and they've seen that that the CEO and the director of operations, which is myself, basically both have anti-fraud background, and for that reason, they invited us to take part in their pilot program, which is the compliance, coin compliance, and one thing that I definitely want to do over and over again is to reiterate that if you're a man who took other people's money and they've entrusted you with their funds, you should really take it seriously and guard it much more so than you would guard your own money, right?
Yes.
And for that reason, I just wanted to, because right now a lot of cryptocurrency has a bad reputation, and there are some good cryptocurrencies out there. It's just that 92% of ICOs have actually failed, right? Or they have gone, not failed, but they have defrauded their investors, and so but yeah. I think we could, if we put some structure around cryptocurrency, I think we could protect a lot of investors and consumers, and so we chose to take part in their compliance projects, so that we could make sure that we could help those people who are frauded, or who will be defrauded if we didn't help them. You know what I mean?
Yes. And building a rapport with Coinbase, and maybe something down the road, down the line, but it's still building that rapport, that relationship. It's still I think a very big leap, and like you said, talking about other cryptocurrencies, other ICOs, it's been crazy. It's been the wild, wild west out here with a lot of these, ICOs that have really just taken the money and just done some crazy things.
Well, I think Wild Wild West was actually safer, right? I mean, if everybody wears guns, you're not going to, right? You're not going to be so obnoxious, right? But
Yeah.
here, nobody wears guns, and so if you take your money and run, there's no enforcement, right? And so I think Wild Wild West was actually safer than the crypto market right now.
Wow. That's putting it in perspective, man. Wow. Do you have? Could you? I mean, I know it's a delicate subject, but could you maybe elaborate? Not, you don't have to name a crypto or, but I'm pretty sure you probably know some things about other projects, or is there any stories you could share without giving away some names or certain things, if something that you know of?
Well, yeah, sure. So one time, there was this individual who actually came up and said, the one thing great about cryptocurrency that the banks will never be able to do is that in cryptocurrency, I have the ability to know that you have at the minimum a specific amount of money and that all I have to do is look into your wallet and ask you to transfer over a small piece of coin from that wallet to me, and then I know that you have the key to that wallet, and so that I know that you have the money. And there's absolutely no way for banks to actually prove that I have U.S. dollars in their bank account. And he's right, but what about enforcement, right?
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is okay. So you know that I have $10,000 in my wallet, and then we make a deal, and then I back out of it, and then I steal your merchandise, and I take the money and run. But where's the enforcement? There can't be enforcement because there's such thing as what do you call it? Anonymity in cryptocurrency, right? Well, not completely, but if the money is small enough, people aren't going to go to the extent and go through the headache of trying to figure out actually at what point you decided to cash out.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And there's a lot of exchanges that will not tell you who actually made the final exchange. So I said, as great of a vehicle that it is, there is no enforcement, and without enforcement, it's useless, right?
Yeah.
So for example, there's a exchange which actually decided to hold people's cryptocurrencies, and they refused to release it. And this Turkey-based exchange has been notorious about not releasing their coin, other people's coins. But there is absolutely no enforcement that can be done. You can't force them to release other people's properties.
Wow.
And for that reason, so yeah, I know that you have so much money in an account, but where's the enforcement, right? And that's the short. People don't understand that, and they are very short-sighted about the enforcement side, which the traditional business have actually been addressing for hundreds and thousands of years, right? And for that reason, really, it has to be, in order for you to actually run a company properly, you actually have to have the perfect balance between cryptocurrency and fiat currency, right?
Mm-hmm.
lot of these cryptocurrencies that only deal with cryptocurrencies are short-sighted, and they forget that enforcement is actually half of the equation.
Yeah. So it's like that perfect balance. I see what you're saying. Now, what do you think when regulation comes? What's going to happen to most of these cryptocurrencies and exchanges? Are we looking like 3 years down the road? For what is your sense? What is what timeline do you see?
Well, I see different things happening in different parts of the world, right? So in United States, I actually see cryptocurrency being really being heavily regulated by the United States government. On one hand, on the other hand, I see other countries who are struggling with economy, see being able to leverage digital transformation so that they could actually profit from the cryptocurrency. So I see a lot of moving pieces that's going to butt heads with each other, and in the final analysis, it's going to create an industry which is going to be very useful. I see cryptocurrency as the internet was back in the early 1980s and early 90s and late 80s, right? Where there was the big .com boom, and after the .com boom, many .coms went broke and went belly up. But while they were doing that, the CEOs of those .coms really made a lot of money, and they walked away wealthy men, and left everybody else to be broke. I basically see the similar thing happening in cryptocurrency, and I guess that's the reason why we are so focused on helping the regulators, or working with anybody who is trying to help put some structure around cryptocurrency to really work with them to put together a structure that will. You can't prevent all fraud, but you could make it harder for people to commit fraud so that less happens, and basically that's I think that's what's going to happen.
Wow, I like that answer. So, I guess moving forward, Peter, I guess we touched on. I joined the team. Again, I'm very excited about that.
Not as excited as I
am. We touched on Belarus. We touched on Brazil, and we touched on about Coinbase. Is there anything else you would like to mention? Anything you would like to say before we come to a close here?
Yeah, that it's company policy to actually go into a country that starts with a letter B. No, I'm just joking. Seriously, up until now we have really been stagnant because it's you remember that movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yes.
And that's basically what Relex has been, because we have been the Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon ready to strike, and we've just been making sure that all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed, and we've been anxiously waiting to strike. We are hungry, and we're going to strike very soon. But we don't want to strike half-ass.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
To strike half-ass is to do our investors huge amount of disservice. And,
Yes.
And like I said, if somebody trusts you with money, you have to take care of that money much better than you would take care of your own money. And there's no way I would take care of my money that way. So a lot of people have been coming up and asking why we haven't struck yet. That's because I'm a very meticulous person, and I definitely want to make sure that everything is ready and set before we strike. But when we do, it's going to be like tiger pouncing on a meat.
On a meat. I like that. I like that. I like that. Well, you're hearing it from the great Peter Lee. Again, I'm really excited to be with Relex, and guys, I mean, what's not to like? I mean, you're getting great information here. Again, if this is your first time hearing about Relex, go check them out on the Medium. Go check the Relex Telegram.
Relex.io.
Relex.io. Go check out Relex.io. I mean, there's a lot of great information out there. I'm going to be putting out more information as moving forward, and there's going to be more interviews. So, guys, I mean, you've heard it from Keith, you're hearing it from Peter Lee, and there's going to be more to come. And this is just the beginning, and I like how Peter Lee just closed this interview. I mean, I'm pumped. I'm pumped, and I'm really excited for this. All right, Peter.
All right, Mac.
It was a pleasure.
As I seem to recall, last time we met, I was to be Wendy's because you were Mac, and he was the king.
He was the
Burger
king. Burger King. I was the Big Mac. He was the. I remember that, and I remember that speech. I don't think we'll go into that, but I remember how you closed that interview. It was very powerful, very powerful, very powerful. I remember, but man, again, just very. The word for me is that I feel very blessed to be a part of Relex and to be a part of this. To be a part of this. This is, like you said, it's a win-win. Sounds like blessed.
No. It's a win-win-win.
It's a win-win-win. All right. There you go. There you go. I like that.
Oh, no, wait. Four wins, right? Because the developer, Relex, investor, and the poverty kid.
I like that. All right, Peter.
All right, Mac.
Till next time, buddy. Always a pleasure, Peter.
All right, brother.
All right, guys.
Take care of yourself. Thanks for your kind words.
Thank you, man. All right, guys. Follow me at Twitter at 007 MacMac007. And again, ask for the secret Telegram channel. I'll hook you up. And you guys already know. Be blessed. I'm out. We're out.